if you want money, okay, if you want money, you got to stand up, fighters. Okay. And I'm going to continue to go with this. I will always support the athlete. The athlete, I feel like you guys, and don't get me wrong, I think the promotion's given us a platform to do what we love, and they're providing. I don't think that we need to be quite to the level of, say, what the NFL and the NBA at 50-50 or 60-40. Let's dial it in. Let's get it up to, like, say 18 to 20%. Right now, what are we at? We're at like 12. What is that? I mean, can we get it to 25%? Can we
25-30?
I understand, but let's do it in phases. Like, there's no reason to jump. The NFL and them, they didn't do this right off the bat. They worked their way to those positions. Like, we can't look at those companies and those promotions or those companies and say, like, hey, let's get to 50% right away. Let's make the adjustments for everyone as we go. The problem is, though, is that fighters there's going to be always someone that will do it for less. And you guys are stepping on your own dicks when you guys do this. And that's what that's until you guys stick together, it's never going to happen. It doesn't matter
if it's fighters or officials or anything. You're going to get, hey, this is what it costs. And someone coming in saying, I'll do it for less.
Yep.
And fighters do it and officials do it. And you look and you go, you just blew it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll give you guys an example. I was fighting Clay Guida, and I had some sponsors, and my sponsor had called me and said, hey, can we work on, we'd already negotiated. My sponsor was paying me $15,000, like for one patch on my shorts and a place on my shirt. They're paying me $15,000. That was back when the sponsors were paying pretty well. And so I had one sponsor for a spot on my shirt, a spot on my shirt. Then they called me and said, can we renegotiate this? It was like the week of the fight. Clay Guida said that he'll wear all of our gear, and all they want is, and they'll make the clothes and the banners for all the corners. That's it. He wanted it for free, basically. And I'm like, they wanted to renegotiate my deal. So we're stepping on each other's dicks, is what I like to say, is because we can't get out of our own fucking way to unite enough to say, like, hey, you know what? Let's try and get this worked out where we can get a little bit bigger piece of the pie. And all we have to do is sit out for a month, maybe 2. Some of you guys aren't even ready to fight. So what does it matter if you guys sit out or not? You know what I mean? So but here's the thing. Right now, they've got the guys that they need to say, we need to rebuild. We need to get paid a little bit more. John Jones, who everyone knows I'm not a big fan of, but I think this is a good idea by him to do something like this. If you want to fight Francis Ngannou, John maybe doesn't agree to me. It's not a title shot, but I do think he deserves a little bit more money. I'm not saying he needs to break the bank, not Wilder money.
Okay. But here's the one thing. I'm going to go with the side of the promotions here. Since you're taking the side of the fighters, I'll go the other way.
Traitor.
Yeah, well, it's just the way it is. But especially right now, when you're the promotion, be it, let's say, the UFC, and you're doing these shows out of the Apex Center, which is at least saving you money that you don't have to pay for an arena, but you don't have any ticket sales. How much money are you losing? So if you have a John Jones wanting to fight a Francis Ngannou, which you could say, hey, that's a major fight, and I could take it to the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, and I could sell that sucker out and get a gate of about, we'll say for that fight, 12 million, 8 to 12 million, somewhere in there. That's 8 to 12 million that I could make to pay the fighters with, that I'm not going to be losing. So now if I'm not having the gate, I'm telling the fighter, hey, I can't pay you that right now. We don't even have people in the stands that are going, oh, you just don't want to pay me. I can't pay you the same. It's the same as Conor McGregor saying all of a sudden, I'm retiring. Why is he retiring? You know why he's saying he's retiring. Is he retiring? No. Okay, but he wants money for a fight, and they're saying, hey, right now, we want you to take a little bit of a pay cut. I'm not saying the fighter is going to be happy with the pay cut, but right now, as the promotion, without the ability to have all of these different sales of ticket sales, concessions and things that are in the stands, merchandise, all of that, the promotion is losing a lot of money that they could be making with every show. Go ahead now. I was siding with the promotion.
No, I understand. And you did a very good job of that. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. But as a fighter or as someone who works for a company or whatever, you basically are just saying that we're supposed to eat shit until you're able to get money back. But what have you been doing with all the money you've been profiting off of our backs up until now? Where did all that money go? Is it just sitting in your bank account collecting interest?
No,
tell me why can't
it created
I?
The arena that you're going to fight in the Apex Center.
That's fine. You did
and
that.
This
you
UFC
did that
building with this PI thing. Okay, it created all that.
I didn't ask you to build that.
I didn't say you asked. You know,
but that's my point. My point is, as a fighter,
for you to train.
But then most of them already have camps. They can go train there. They didn't need the PI Institute or whatever it's called. But that's my point. When fighters like Masvidal, when fighters like I heard tonight from Sugar Shane, Sean, whatever. Okay, Sugar Shane. I keep thinking Sugar Shane Mosley. Sugar Sean. When you
Sugar
start,
Sean
for years I was saying Sugar Shane. Sugar Sean. In his tone of voice tonight was, hey, I was supposed to get my contract done before.
Yeah.
I need to get my contract done now. And I'm hoping that I'm getting paid more money. And when he brought up the $100,000 tonight, that's a young man who is driven to make sure he makes as much money as he possibly can.
Well,
and he should be.
Here's the one point that I'm now gonna flop over to the fighter
trader. Go ahead.
Trader jumping ship. Yeah. But it's, and this is the truth of, and I think Masvidal actually brought it up in that, Dana came out saying, hey, they're independent contractors.
Yeah, they're
not.
No.
Okay, they're not. That's a lie.
Yes.
That is an absolute false statement, because an independent contractor, it's as simple as this for people that don't understand. If you're a tiler and you're going to tile someone's floor, all right, we'll say it's 400 square feet. You know exactly what it's a 20 by 20 room. It's 400 square feet of tile. This is what I'm going to charge you to do it. And you go, oh, no, that's too much. I'll pay you half. Mm-hmm. Well, as the tiler, then I can say, well, no, I'm not going to do it for half. And I can move on to another job.
Yeah.
And when I go to that job and it's a 400 square foot job and I give them the price and they go, okay, well, then I'm making the money I want to make. That makes me an independent contractor. But if I can go nowhere else, I am not an independent contractor. I'm an employee under contract. And this is the whole thing that guys like John Fitch, Kung Lee have been fighting with the Muhammad Ali Act for getting it into MMA, to say that this is an unfair labor practice.
Yeah.
Of saying that they're independent contractors, so you don't have to pay for insurance and things like that. But they do not have the ability to be independent and go to another higher bidder when you don't pay them what they believe they're worth.
100% agree.